Hello everyone. In this video we'll be solving a problem based upon matrix which is very popular in CAT. We have already uploaded a few sets related to this on our YouTube channel, so you can go and check them. We'll move ahead and solve this set. So the question is, India's biggest CAT online coaching iQuanta organized a puzzle competition. The task was to fill a 6x6 grid by placing letters of the word heist in the format such that each letter occurs only once in each row and each column. Also, one of the places in each row in the grid should remain empty. A contestant named Berlin filled the letter of the word heist subject to the following conditions. So the situation is clear. We have a 6x6 grid. The word heist has to be filled in this grid. One letter should appear only once in each row and each column. Also, in every row there must be one place that should be vacant. We have been given the rules over here how to fill the matrix. If we come to the questions, we have if T occupies the second position in the fifth row, then find the position of E in the third column. We can only answer this when we have a matrix which is partially filled. Then we'll use this clue that T is in the second position in fifth row. Then we can answer this question. Second one is, then the second question is, if one of the empty grids is at fourth position in the second column, then find the position of empty grid in second row. So for this also we need a partially filled matrix, and then we can apply this condition that one of the empty grids is at fourth position in second column. Okay. Third one is, if E occupies the first position in the third column, then which letter will be at the position of sixth row and second column. Even this needs the same. And last one is, which letter is present at second column and fourth row. For this also we need the matrix partially filled. Okay. So we'll go to the next slide. We'll draw 6x6 matrix and then we'll start filling it using these clues. Okay. So this is my 6x6 matrix. We'll directly come to the clues. I've told you whenever we have a puzzle, we always use the direct clues first. Direct clues is something that can be put directly into the arrangement into the table. Okay. So here we have I occupies the maximum 3 positions out of the main diagonal positions, and the last position in the sixth column was empty. So this only tells us that I will occupy 3 positions. Okay. Maximum 3 positions in the main diagonal. So what is the main diagonal? This is the main diagonal. Okay, but since we have 6 places in this main diagonal, so we do not know which 3 positions is I occupying. Okay, so this is not a direct clue. We cannot put it directly into the table. Okay, if I come to the next clue, we have H is at first position in column 1 and I is at last position in fourth column. So H is at first position in column 1. We have column 1 over here. This is the first position. I'll place H over here. Okay, and I is at last position in fourth column. So fourth column, last position, I will have I over here. Next clue is E is immediately below I in column 1, but we do not know where is I in column 1, so we cannot use this clue for now. Next one is I is immediately above S and below S in column 2 and in column 3 respectively. So by reading this clue, we know that we have to place I and S like this, but we are not sure about the position of S in column 2, 3 respectively, so we cannot use this clue. We cannot put it into the grid. Next one is H and T are at 5th and 6th position in second row. So this is the second row. H and T are at 5th and 6th. So H and T will be placed over here. Next clue is S and I are adjacent to each other in the second row. So adjacent can be like this or like this in the second row. So we cannot put it directly into the table. Okay, first of all we'll go through all the clues. We'll search for all the direct clues, then only we'll come to the indirect clues. Next is T is at the top and last position in fourth and fifth column respectively. So in fourth column T is at top, in fifth column T is at the bottom, at the last. After that, S is not at fourth position in fifth row. Fourth position in fifth row, so S cannot be here. Okay. After that, the third position in the fifth column is empty. Third position in fifth column. So this is the position. I'll just put a cross over here. Okay. That means this is empty. So now let us go to all the indirect clues. If you read the first one, we have been given that I occupies the maximum 3 positions out of the main diagonal positions and last position in the sixth column was empty. So that means in the main diagonal, we'll have to place I at 3 places. Okay. So how many places do we have in the main diagonal? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 positions, right? See, we were given that last position in the sixth column was empty. Okay, so this will be empty. I'll put a cross over here. So in the main diagonal, we have only 4 positions which are vacant. So in the main diagonal we have only 4 positions that are available. We have to put I in 3 of them. Okay, so we can see that in this particular column I is already present, and we were told that each letter occurs only once in each row and each column. So we cannot put I over here. So that means for I, 3 I's, we have only 3 places, 1 2 3. So we'll put 1 I over here, 1 over here, and 1 over here. I hope this is understood. Then we can use this clue. Okay, fourth one, we were given that I is immediately above S and below S in column 2 and column 3 respectively. So in column 2 I is above S, so S will be placed over here. In column 3 I is below S, so S will be placed over here. Then we were given this clue that E is immediately below I in column 1. So in column 1 we have to search a place for I. Okay, I cannot be placed over here. Why? Because we already have I in this row. I cannot be placed here because we have I in this row. Then I cannot be placed over here because we have I in this row. Then I cannot be placed over here because we already have I here. And in the last row as well we cannot place I here because we have I over here. So there is only one place for I. Okay, it is this particular position. I'll place I over here, and E is immediately below I in column 1, so we'll place E over here. Okay, now we have some of the rows and columns partially filled. What I can see here that in row 2 I have HIST, I have to place E. Okay, so E can come over here or over here, but if I look at this position, then in this column I already have E present, so E can only come over here in the second row. That means this place will be vacant. Okay, then if we come to the first column, we have HIE. Okay, we have to place S and T. So can we place S over here? No, because we already have S in this row, so S will be placed over here, T will be placed over here. Okay, here we'll place T, so I have written T over here. Then we were given one clue that S is not at 4th position in 5th row. So in the 5th row, where can we place S? Can we place S over here? No, because we already have S in this column. Can we place S here? No, because we already have S in this column. S cannot be here, it was already given, so only one place remains for S, it is over here, so we'll place S here. Then if we come to this column, we can see that we have T, E, I. Okay, we have to place H and S. So can I place S over here? No, because we already have S in this row. I cannot place S over here. So only one place remains for S, it will be over here. Then if I come to this column over here, I have HIT. I have to place E and S. So S cannot be placed over here because we already have S in this row. So S can only be placed over here. That E will come over here. Okay, so I will write E over here. Then in this particular column I have to place EHI. Okay, so E has multiple places, multiple possibilities. E can be over here, E can be over here. So let us look for H. Okay, so H also has multiple possibilities. H can be here, H can be here. So only I remains. Let us check for I. I cannot be placed over here because we already have I in this row. I cannot be placed over here because we already have I in this row. So only place for I is over here. Okay, then in the same column, the last one, we have only E and H to be placed. E cannot come over here, so E will come over here, and here we'll have H. Okay, so I'll write H over here. Now we have this column, the 4th column. In the 4th column we already have T, E, S, I present. Okay, we need H and an empty space. So we can see that this particular row, in this particular row we already have an empty space, so we cannot have two empty spaces in a row. Okay, so that means the empty space will be over here. Only H has to be filled. H will come over here. Okay, so our table is complete. I mean to say that from the given clues we can put only this much into the table. Okay, we have used each and every clue from here, and this is the maximum we can get. So using this table now we can answer the question. So this is our table, we can answer the questions now. First one is, if T occupies the 2nd position in the 5th row, then find the position of E in the 3rd column. So 5th row 2nd position, I will have to put T over here. Now in this particular row I have only H left, so I will put H over here. Then if I look into this 3rd column, I need to put E, T and a cross. Okay, so if I check for T, I cannot have T over here because T is present here. I cannot have t over here because t is present here, so only one place remains for t, it will be over here. Okay, now I have to put a cross and e, right? So I already have a cross in this particular row, so I cannot have a cross over here. Okay, I will have a cross over here, only one letter remains, that is e, it will come over here. So I'll put e over here. Now in this particular row I have only one space left, it will be for h. In this particular row I have only one space remaining, it will be for a cross, and then here I will place e. Okay, so I need to answer position of e in the third column, so it is at last position, which is the sixth, so option A will be the correct answer. Next question is, if one of the empty grids is at fourth position in second column, then find the position of empty grid in second row. So we'll keep putting the data into our grid according to the new conditions given in every question, hence I have removed the previous entries. Okay, so one of the empty grids is at fourth position in second column, fourth position, and this will be empty. Okay, I'll put a cross here. So again in this column, if I check for t, t cannot come over here, t cannot come over here, so t will be here. Now we need to fill only e and h, h cannot come over here, so I will put e over here and h will be put over here. In the last row I have to put only e, so e will come over here. In this row I have only a place for h. Then in the first row I have a space only for a cross, so only t remains here. Okay, we have to find out position of empty grid in second row, so it is at the first position, option C will be the correct answer. We'll solve the third question now. I'll remove all these entries. Third question is, if e occupies first position in third column, so I will have to put e over here, then which letter will be at the position of sixth row second column? So sixth row second column, I need to find the letter here. So if I look into the first row, I have a space for cross that is left, I'll put a cross here. Now if I look into this particular column, I cannot have a cross here. Why? Because I have a cross present. I cannot have a cross here because I have a cross present. Then can I have a cross over here? No, because in this column I already have a cross. Okay, so only one place remains for cross to be filled, it will be over here. Okay, now again in this third column I have two remaining spaces over here. I have to put h and t. Okay, t cannot come at the last position, so t will come here, h will come here. In this row I need to put h, so h will come over here. And if I look into this particular row, I have only one place, that will be for e, so e will come over here. Option A will be the correct answer. But you should always fill the whole grid so that none of the condition is violated. So in this second column I have only one place remaining, that is for t. I will put t over here. So yes, the arrangement is correct. Okay, let's solve the last question now. The last question asked us which letter is present at second column fourth row. So second column fourth row, this is an empty space, option A will be the correct answer. So this was a very good set on matrix. I hope the explanation is clear. Always proceed by putting the direct clues and then you can maze out the indirect clues. Sometimes you'll face a situation in which the whole matrix will not be filled. So what you have to do is you have to make use of maximum clues. Use all the clues and put the maximum data that can be put into that arrangement, and then you can move to the questions. Okay, so if you still have a doubt, please comment. Thank you.